One last hurrah. One last hurrah of booze and sweets. After the most trying day today. Oh my God. Beginning with staying up too late, going to bed like at 4:30 in the morning, and then having to leave my phones on because every professional under the sun was trying to reach me. My mom calls me at friggin' 7:15, and I didn't talk to her that early. I never would, but it woke me up. See, woke me up. Whereas other people, like, would have slept a couple more hours, but I had to leave my phone on because I didn't know how late I would sleep, and I'd miss calls. So yeah, one last hurrah before my life becomes nothing but taking care of my mother. It's going to be nothing but that. I will not be leaving the house. I will not leave her alone for one split second. She will not be going to the bathroom by herself. I will be getting up in the middle of the night when she has to go. And I will at all times be what she's wanted for so long, her continuous slave. Because remember, I did everything to help her, but her illness would cause her. I read the online portal crap, and when she went to the hospital, and it's like naming my mom. She says her daughter helps her all the time, but then she says her daughter doesn't help her. Yeah, because at that time, everything's different now. At that time, I wanted her to be self-sufficient because there were times when I would leave the house. That won't be happening ever again. Okay? And I wouldn't help her with stuff I knew she could do herself. That's all. I would always help her with anything she was unable to do herself. And even if it came to like dressing or things like that, that she should be trying to do herself, if she needed help with stuff, I would help her. But she has this thing where she'll say, I don't help her at all. It's bullshit. But again, like Joe and I would both tell you, when it comes to ulterior motives, when someone wants to, they'll act like my mom's the most competent person on the planet, anything she says against me, because they have ulterior motives. Okay? We don't need the fucking government back in our lives. We did just fine without them. We don't want to go back down that road. And my mom's not court, not deemed incompetent by a court, And I point blank asked her, "Do you want to go down that road again?" She said no. There's no guarantee that they won't, force the issue, shall we say. I'm just in hell, that's all. That's all. It's my punishment for living a lie. I lived a lie for so long, for too long, and now, for the rest of my life, I'm going to pay the ultimate price. Anyway, nobody's saying, least of all me, nobody for 1 second is saying what this skilled nursing facility did isn't totally, by the law and on, you know what I mean? It's totally by the book and the law and whatever. It's still sick. I don't care. Nothing makes any sense. It's like, it's just so sick. When she was in the low rated facility, and she was approved for up to 90 days up front with the DMHPASRR. They didn't question it, and they kept her all that time. But she was in the dementia unit for rehab, but in the dementia unit. This place accepted her, but it wasn't into a dementia unit, it was into their rehab unit. And, you know, she sealed her fate the minute she started acting up big time and being a total brat because she wanted to come home for Christmas and couldn't, and because she couldn't use their phone and it was driving her crazy, and the aides couldn't help her, the nurses couldn't help her all the time. The nurse said as much to me, like, your mom wants help right when I'm busy, I know, and she was driving everybody crazy, problematic, and they wanted her out. No one can fault me for not understanding. Why wouldn't I think it was going to be the same as last time? What do I know? But when the social worker started saying, then when I started thinking, yeah, it's not going to be the same as last time. But damn straight, I'm like blindsided when they tried to have her leave last week. Do you understand? Last week on Christmas Eve was just she just got there November 22nd, and they were trying to throw her out last week. I mean, and again, throw her out legally. I would have lost my appeal if we'd done all this shit last week with the NOMNC given to me on Christmas Eve. It would have been the same thing. But the nice one wasn't going to be that cruel. And then I speak to the director a week later, and she's like, she didn't have the authority to postpone that. I'll have to talk to her. As in, how could she have done that? Obviously, she had some kind of authority to not just be a total fucking cunt, like you would be, like that bitch would be who came at me and said your mother has to leave Friday on Christmas Eve. Oh my God. I just wanted to win my appeal and have one more week. If not that, then at least find somebody from her church or someone who's a friend or whatever to go with me and get her, and not ever have to come home on a chair car and we get a huge bill and probably stuff will be left behind. Also, it's sickening, these nursing facilities. Hospitals don't do that. Again, I've got thousands of pages of records and not paid a penny. Nursing facilities charge a fortune. They charge like almost $1 a page for medical records. That's just abhorrent to me. That's disgusting. That disgusts me. $1 a page. That's why somebody was trying to pass a bill. I thought it had passed, so I didn't try to lie to the other place, but I thought it had passed. And then I found out the fine print was they were trying to get it passed because these places charge, it's not hospitals doing it, at least not my hospital and my mom's hospital, but nursing facilities charge a fucking fortune for medical records. And it's disgusting, and they should be free. You should be able to get your freaking medical records for free, or at least like a reasonable amount. Not $1 a fucking page, give or take. That's repugnant. That's disgusting. They want to, but that's because they want to, they want to deter people from, they don't want you to get your medical records, so they want to, They want to make it really difficult and really expensive so people won't get them, even though they're legally entitled. It's sick. It's all sick. That's disgusting that they charge that much a page. Do you understand? That is disgusting. It's repugnant to me. That's not reasonable. They say, like, if they say they should charge you a reasonable price. I don't consider that reasonable. Records are a lot of pages. You're going to pay hundreds of dollars for your medical records? How is that fucking not repugnant? Apparently, I could get them also from the appeal people, the QIO appeal people, but um, again, when I'm saying dollar page, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but it's close enough. The other place gave them to me for free when I was filing a complaint. I was all upset, and I thought I'd read that they passed something, federal, they passed something where they can't charge exorbitant prices anymore for your medical records. But they're still doing it. It's repugnant. It's repulsive. 50 cents a page would be reasonable. Close to $1 a page? That's disgusting. I'm just sickened by it all. I don't know what this place charges. They were supposed to get back to me and didn't. I want the fucking medical records. My mom was definitely felon. They didn't even note it. I filed a complaint against them, but the person that the complaint department called who should have been talking to, she didn't even talk to that person, you know. She should have talked to the friggin'. It's just, you know, I file a complaint and you should have talked to the head person. You should, if you're not going to talk to the main person, manager, you should be talking to who I talked to was the director. That's why it's all a joke. Filing complaints is a joke. Filing the appeals a joke. It's just all a fucking joke. It's a joke. It's all a joke. Me being led to believe that it would be like last time around. And then not only is it not like last time around, but come on, like I said, if it's not going to be 90 days, at least like 2 months, at least 56 days, which is still way less than 90, you know? I couldn't even, they wanted to do it last week. So essentially what happened, and no one can say otherwise, I fought to get my mom into a good facility. This low-rated facility wants to keep you. They want to keep you. The good facility wants you out when you start causing trouble, like my mom. She wanted out, and she couldn't get out because I'm the invoked healthcare proxy. So then they're gonna get her out of there anyway. None of it makes any sense. Their excuse is she requires a lower level of care. She doesn't require intense. And remember, she's worse off now. She went through way, way more. Broken hip and the ventilator and all of that than was the case last time around when they kept her for 3 fucking months. She's way worse off. Of course I thought she'd be in there benefiting and getting better with more intense therapy than you'd ever get at home, and they're just gonna come 2 fucking times a week. remotely the same. The fact is, it's at their discretion, and of course I was going to lose the appeal. I knew that I would, but I damn straight wasn't just gonna just give in. You know, I wasn't gonna not do the appeal. No fucking way, even though I knew I'd lose. I knew I'd lose. It's all stacked against you. I knew I would lose. And then she's like 25% win, and she thinks that's high. That's not high. I mean, 75% lose. How can you say 25% winning their appeal is high? It's not. It's all a joke. It's not a funny joke. I do nothing but cry. But I've been doing nothing but crying for months now, you know? I give up. I 100% give up on me. I'll never give up on my mother. My mother's my child. I'll never give up on my child. But she's a child who doesn't know she's a child. She's a child who has been on death's door so many times. You know what I mean? There's no fucking way in hell I will leave her alone for one split second. You understand? When she sits out here and watches TV and whatnot, she's not going to have her wheelchair anywhere near her. She's going to call me if she needs to go to the bathroom or to do anything at all. Her fucking mental illness is why her hip broke. It's that simple. But now she's on 50 milligrams of trazodone, so that should at least knock her out at night. You know what I mean? But for all I know, there are people plotting and planning to if they decide that she needs to be in a nursing facility, there won't be a damn thing that I can do. And if they decide this, that, or whatever, they'll put her in the shithole, because that's what happens. Whereas I would never ever do that in a million years. You understand? But they force the issue. What am I supposed to? There's gonna be nothing I can do. I'm so drained. I'm so disgusted. Like they fault me because my mother's acting up. Like it's my fault. They fault me. Like anybody in my shoes would think. Even someone was asking me, like, why are they letting her go? Like she must have more improvement. No, they can do what they want. She's troublemaker now. They want her out. They know exactly what to say to win. But the one who tried to throw her out last week, remember the good one was like saying to me, your mom can walk 100 feet with the walker, and she can toilet herself with one assist, which means she toilets herself, but you have to watch her, and she needs help dressing, and all the things she was fine she was doing on her own before, but in their opinion she's not going to improve, and Medicare's going to go along with that, right? Of course. Meanwhile, she was 3 months in the other place and able to toilet herself completely and dress herself. Not now. Again, these place wants her out, and they're going to say we don't, in our opinion, she's not going to get any better, okay? But that's their fucking opinion. But whatever. Never mind that. The woman last week, the social worker, when the one that was good was on vacation, she didn't come all nice to me and say, your mom needs to leave, but we feel blah, blah, blah. No. Your mom needs to leave. Your insurance is running out. When does she need to go? Friday. You can't do that. We only have to give you 3 days. We're not a mental facility. Your mom cognitive decline, so she was cold and cruel and harsh, just coming at me with things. I was in shock, okay? But of course, the good one is going to say, yeah, we believe you. You know, she's going to be nice about it, and she can do this, and she can do that, and we feel that she's not going to, with further time in here, be any better. And that's their opinion, and Medicare's going to go along with it because it's all a fucking joke. Again, had I put her in the shithole again, the shithole kept her because the shithole thought she was going to be staying permanently. After her 3 months of rehab, they were under the impression she was staying permanently. So, see, I don't see the purpose of the damn agency even doing anything if I thought that they had influence with Medicare, and apparently not at all. So what is the point of anything except you're trying to get your clutches back into my mom in the outside world, you know? We went down that fucking road for years. We don't want to go down it again. It's supposed to be voluntary, but you know how that goes. I'm just waiting for the next blow to fall. Seriously. Never disappoints this life. Never disappoints me, does it? No. It doesn't. So yeah, my mom's coming home, you damn straight. I was not gonna not get to see baby girl that I've wanted to see for months and months and months, you know? But I had so many people to talk to today. We're getting the medical bed that I didn't know about ahead of time. And now, what are we supposed to do? We're going to have to set it up in the fucking living room and move everything around. And I think someone from her church, though, at least is going to help me and take apart her bed or something. I mean, I'm just... And she's like, why are you even doing a medical bed? You should just put the mattress on the floor. I don't know. I think a medical bed is good with the railings or whatever if she got approved for it. But if we move, you don't take it with you. I saw Baby Girl. Nicole Kidman deserves her Golden Globe nomination and an Oscar nomination. She acted phenomenally in that film. And if you want to know if it was titillating, as in, it's no, because you know that it's just a complex situation, and you know she's married, so you know it was a good. I'm not gonna give it away, but it was a good film. Damn well wasn't gonna miss that. In fact, my voicemail said I'm going to leave both my phones on all day long. And believe me, sometimes when people had to leave voicemails who were important, it's because I'm talking to another important person. I can't answer call waiting. It hangs up. I don't know how to answer call waiting. Nothing I can do. So you're going to have, I can't do call waiting. And you're going to have to leave a voicemail. And because I was talking to important people and then other important people, and you know, and they beep in and they have to leave voicemails. I'm so fucking drained. Of course it's going to be extremely difficult taking care of my mother. But the alternative would have been her not being here at all, you know what I mean? She was on death's door more than once, and she's obviously a trooper. And then I'm not going to go and I don't want to put her in any kind of facility around here. I'm still, even though Joe's cynical, Joe's gonna be fucking beyond cynical, but I'm still clinging to the hope that we can sell this place and get away. It'll be our only chance, both of us. wasn't kidding when I said last night, I'm like, if I won't call 911 if I have a heart attack, I'll just let myself go. But think about if I ended up having something like that. My mom's screwed if something happens to me. It doesn't have to be something like a heart attack. You see? My mom's screwed if anything happens to me that puts me out of commission. She can't live alone at all. And they're just waiting. The vultures are just hovering around, just waiting. Circling. They are circling. Believe me, they're circling. Because we're on their radar. Can't ever escape. Yeah, I lost my appeal and I should consider myself lucky. Because if I had that other bitch the entire time, this would have been happening little over 4 weeks in. I mean, give me a goddamn fucking break. She's approved up front for 90 days, and you're going to have her leave, and you're going to finagle this stuff, and of course they're going to say it's Medicare. No, it's not. Or she wouldn't have been able to stay in the other facility for 90 days. Don't even give me that. It's not Medicare. It's what you ever write and what you write down and they go along with it. Medicare goes along with it. That's all it is. So whatever that other facility wrote, my mother's was doing the same things rehabbing there, wasn't she? She got to stay in there for 90 days. You get it? It's at the facility's discretion. And then you file an appeal if they want you out. And then if Medicare goes along, and most of the time Medicare goes along with the facility. It's that simple. Although it does say online, when people say how many people win their appeal, it says 82%. I don't think that's true. I don't know. I really don't know anything anymore, to tell you the truth. I really don't. This facility was telling me that it was 25% in their facility who who win and 75 lose. Of course, she thought 25% was a lot because she wants nobody to win their appeal. Of course not. She wanted my mom to be thrown out on Christmas Eve or 3 days after that, when she just fucking got in there. I give up. I've long past. I've given completely up on myself. I'll never give up on my mom. She's my child. She just doesn't know it, you know. But I've already beyond given up on myself.